Hello students, welcome to Edupedia World. My name is Shivam Mishra and I am a BTech from IIT-BHU. Today we will be discussing the solutions to IIT JEE Advanced 2014 Chemistry Paper 1. The paper code which we are using is 5. So in case you have the code, you can follow the questions from there.
Okay students, let us come to question number 14. In question number 14 we have been given some compounds of the formula type XZ4 and we have been asked on the basis of chemical bonding the total number of species which have a square planar shape amongst them. Okay, so what we basically need to do, we need to consider the shape of each of the species which we have been given, and then we need to decide that how many of them are square planar. Let us look at them one by one. First of all, I am drawing the structure of XeF4 for you. Okay, in XeF4, as we all know, the hybridization will be sp3d2, and in sp3d2 hybridization it will have two lone pairs. Fine. So for sp3d2 hybridization the geometry is octahedral, but since it has two lone, the xenon atom will come at the center. This is your xenon atom, and the four fluorine atoms will be at the four corners, and the remaining two lone pairs will be at two other corners. Okay, so when we tell a shape, we just consider the bond pair of atoms. So clearly this particular shape will be a square planar structure. Okay, octahedral geometry with two lone pairs is square planar in nature. So XeF4 will be my answer. I will consider this as one. Let me look at the second one, SF4. Now SF4 will be a sp3 dehybridized structure because four bond pairs and this sulfur will have one lone pair. Okay, so steric number will be 5, and sp3 geometry with one lone pair will give us a seesaw type of a structure. So clearly this will not be a square planar structure. So I am drawing the geometry for you. The lone pair always occupies the equatorial position. These are very important rules which all of you must know, and the remaining four positions will be occupied by four of the fluorine atoms. Okay, so this particular shape will be a seesaw shape. So SF4 will not be my square planar structure. Let us look at other options. The other options are SiF4. Now SiF4 silicon has 4 valency electrons, so clearly this will be sp3 geometry and sp3 hybridization, and it will have a tetrahedral geometry. So again this won't be my option. BF4 minus will again be quite similar to SiF4. It will again be sp3 because there will be 4 electrons for boron and each of them will be bonded to 4 of the fluorine atoms. So this again would be a tetrahedral structure. And finally I have BrF4 minus. BrF4 minus, if we try to draw its structure, BrF4 minus, this will be quite similar to XeF4 because again the hybridization would be sp3d2, and at the central position we will have a bromine atom, and then we will have 4 fluorines at 4 corners, F, F, F and 1 F over here, and finally we will have 2 lone pairs. Okay, so this will also be a square planar structure. Okay, so this is the fourth structure. These are the elements which are p block elements. If we go back again to the question, the remaining 4 structures which we have been given are your transition d block elements. Okay, so let us consider them one by one. The first one is CuNH3 whole 4 2 plus. Okay, so this is an exceptional case wherein what happens is that the amino and the pyridine complexes of copper, see, the oxidation state of copper will be Cu plus 2 over here, and it will have the configuration of 3d9. So if I draw the 3d9 structure over here, this is my 3d subshell, this is my 4s subshell, and this is my 4p subshell. So for 3D9 configuration, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 electrons. However, this being an exceptional case which we generally study in coordination compounds, that amino and pyridine complexes of copper are always square planar in nature, because what happens over here is that this one electron, this unpaired electron, goes to the 4p subshell, and as a result of this the hybridization which we get is dsp2 in nature. Okay, so the hybridization which we get is dsp2, that is the intermixing of 1d, 1s and 2p orbitals. This intermixing will take place and the hybridization will be dsp2 in nature. So due to that, it will be a square planar complex. This is an exceptional case which I think all of you must remember. This is very important as well. So this is a very important case. Okay, let us look at other options. The other two options are FeCl4 2- and CoCl4 2-. FeCl4 2- and CoCl4 2-. These are the other two options. Fine. As we all know that Cl- is a weak ligand, and both these complexes, that is Fe over here, will be in a +2 oxidation state, and similarly the cobalt over here will also be in a +2 oxidation state. So both these complexes will be outer orbital complexes, that is because Cl- is a weak field ligand, so pairing will not take place. So both of them, that is this as well as this, they both will be sp3 hybridized, and since they are sp3 hybridized, they would be tetrahedral in shape. Okay, how did we decide that they will be tetrahedral in shape or sp3? Because Cl- is a weak field ligand. Okay, so they will be outer orbital complexes and pairing will not take place. And finally, if we come to the last one, that is PtCl4 2-. Again, this particular complex is a favorite among ITJ paper setters. PtCl4 2-, it has also been given in NCERT. What happens with, see, Cl- is a weak field ligand, but with 4d and 5d transition series, all ligands behave as strong field ligands. Fine. So basically, in case of platinum, which is in a +2 oxidation state over here, so Pt +2 will be 5d8. Okay, and for 4d and 5d transition series, all complexes behave as strong field ligands. So basically, what will happen is that for the 5d subshell, the pairing will take place. Okay, and the pairing will take place, and what we'll get is the d subshell will be empty, and d, this will be your 5d, this is 6s, and this is your 6p. Okay, so again we'll get a dsp2, the intermixing will take place. Again we'll get a dsp2 hybrid complex, and which of course will be your square planar in shape. You must remember this is a very important point, that for 4d and 5d transition series, all complexes, all ligands behave as strong field ligands. So if I again go back to the question, we can see that I will just circle the square planar species for you. XCF4 will be square planar in nature, and then we have BrF4- which will be square planar in nature, that makes 2. Then amino complex of copper, this will be square planar in nature, and finally PtCl4 2- will be square planar in nature. So that makes a total of 4 of the compounds will be square planar. So that will be my answer. Thank you.